It's us, Dan.
Tom.
I got a message.
Sam.
I got a message from people that said that they liked me keeping them on their toes. We got an email about that. They liked it, so I'm doing it again. I'm keeping them on their toes.
Oh, yeah, the different intro every time?
I got a guy, he's like,
Well, we already do a different intro for the show.
Can you find the
Maybe.
email, Sam? It's one of the new ones I gave you. No, this is great because it proves exactly what I was saying. So this guy in the email starts talking about how he's created this game in his brain that he will try to guess which one of us is going to start the show every time he listens to ACT. Take it away, Sam.
Yo, Dan. Pertaining to the ACT shows, I've been mulling over the idea of betting myself who will do the intro. It's a fun little game I like to imagine to play. On today's show, Tuesday, October 24th, right before I clicked play, I seriously said to myself, okay, this time I'm seriously going to bet myself as to who announces themselves first and does the intro. I landed hard on choosing Tom for starting it off today, and then I was hit with the different intro for the sake of keeping the listeners on their toes. You 100% inadvertently, coincidentally kept me on my toes at the beginning of Tuesday's episode. Touche, sir.
I'm 5'2". If I'm going to be on my toes, you're going to be on your toes. That's the way it goes.
So, different intro every time?
No. Just when you
Every
least
once
expect
in a while,
it.
you got to throw it in there.
Every once in a while. In fact, the one that I really have flagged is the one where Sam starts the show. Can't wait for that.
Yeah, that's happened before.
I did that at least once.
But we're going to do it again. We're just going to pepper them in
But
there.
you'll never know when it's going to happen.
Yeah, you never know. Keep them on their toes.
So, before we started the show, and
We've been all over the place today.
Yeah.
Let's have full disclosure. This show's not being aired on terrestrial radio because.
So we can say.
Can I curse?
You can, but the problem is that we distribute the show through a Libsyn hosting site that we label everything.
I already know the answer to this. I don't even know why I asked that.
Now we could distribute it through the AMT site and then curse.
No. It's fine.
I know.
It's fine. Don't need it.
We curse on all the other shows. So,
and we come very close on ACT. I mean, some would say the innuendo on ACT is worse than the F word on AMT.
Some would say we left the Exorcist scene in.
Don't talk about it.
It's
not on radio.
Some would say that, yeah.
And then
someone's listening.
And then we had to go
no one's listening.
cover our tracks.
Nothing ever happened. You guys don't know nothing.
I remember the one time Daniel screamed out MF.
I did, yeah, there was that one time.
That happened.
I'm glad you flagged that to bring it up later.
It's so long ago that, I mean, they were talking about 8 years. Anyway.
It's fine.
Nothing matters. So anyway, but we're doing this anyway for the podcast and for our listeners.
The listeners
that listen to the podcast only, which is a lot of you.
It is a lot. It's the majority of you.
Yeah. Or we have no idea who listens to us on the radio because there's no real numbers that anybody could even provide for us. We just have to go by. So a lot of people or something.
At least some.
We see some people out there that tell us, like, I listen to the radio only, and then we get that, we're like, all right. But there's no really way to quantify it.
No.
Which is insane,
We
by
can't
the
even
way.
get close. We can't even get close.
No. It's, I mean, how.
We're like Stevie Wonder. We just see shapes. We don't really, we can see light and shapes. We know there's somebody
that man
there.
sees.
We know that there's something there, but we don't know the details.
Honestly, if someone said you would have to get within 10,000 listeners.
Oh, couldn't do it.
I would have no idea even to start.
Couldn't even come close.
If they said,
Why? Why'd you even put that in my brain? It's like stressing me out. So anyway, what were we talking about?
Speaking of radio, when I interned for you guys when you were on the radio.
Sometimes I forget that, and then I looked at my phone, and you're still in my phone as Samantha Rogers.
Yeah, that's
in my phone.
So I was also Samantha Rogers at my eye doctor last week, and they're like, "Who the hell is this?" I was like, "I got married."
I completely. I looked at that, and like for a split second, you've been with us so long. I looked at it, I go, "Who the hell is Samantha Rogers?" And then I started thinking, was that the old intern from the Hideout? Because there was a
That's
Hideout.
the girl that ate the apple through the fence. I heard that in the Monsters.
That's true.
There was a Hideout intern named Samantha.
Oh, really?
And then Chunks would feud with her and say that she smelled like fish on the air, and they would fight.
That was not me.
Yeah. But I'm just like, who the hell was that? Anyway.
That's a good one.
Yeah. I missed that.
The old you smell like fish.
God damn.
It cuts to the chase.
Write that down.
Yeah, it's harsh.
But I interned for you guys, and one of the guests that came in was what is it? Jimmy Van Zant.
Jimmy Van Zant. He is the
And
current.
he had some kind of deal with moon pies, and he gave us all a box of moon pies
Moon
signed
pie
by
brand.
him.
Moon
Yeah.
pie brand
Yeah.
moon pies, not just moon pies, because I
Correct.
believe Walmart makes moon pies. These
So
were
does Little Debbie. That's what brought it up because we were
Yeah,
talking
yeah.
about fudge rounds.
and these are
Yeah.
moon. You
Well,
want to
then,
see?
well, you told you were like, remember when the guy from
Leonard
Skinner signed the box of moon pies? You were
Yeah,
like,
I thought
have
you
you
were
gone
on
crazy?
mushrooms. She was on mushrooms. She was trying to pull She was trying to pull the fire retardant for the engine.
I'm not crazy. You're crazy.
Yeah.
And then
You guys just don't remember
and
nothing.
they were like, oh yeah, and then he was
Yeah.
doing some. What the hell was it?
Okay, so Jimmy Van Zant, singer currently, I believe, with Leonard Skinner, came into the morning radio show to plug not only Leonard Skinner, but I believe an appearance he was doing for moon pie brand moon pies.
Correct.
And he signed a box of moon pies and he gave it to Samantha. And Samantha
Yeah.
gave it to her mom and she ate them.
They were
And
delicious.
then Sam like quick fingered a commercial that Jimmy Van Zant is in for moon pies, and you said save it because there's nothing I like than dumb old men trying to act. Yeah, okay.
Yeah. Because this is outside of Jimmy Van Zant's
Yeah.
lane.
And it says the
I mean,
good old days.
Yeah, he's normally a guy that
Like-
sings Southern rock with his bros. You know,
I'm gonna be honest here.
okay, please.
This is something I would do
Oh,
when I
God.
was hard up for money, and I'd convince myself, okay, because all right,
Oh, what you'd
Let's-
act and you do a commercial for like Las Patas?
let's
Put
just
a
say
cowboy hat on.
I'm Jimmy Van Zant, right?
Grow your hair out.
And then I'm still dressing like I did 25 years ago.
Ripped jeans,
Yeah.
affliction T-shirt,
And
dog tags. I don't
this-
think he ever served.
Well, this
And
was
then-
11 years ago, man. Like,
And
this is
no,
like,
I know, but Jimmy Van Zant was at one time a cool rock star, Southern rock
Okay,
star, right?
no, he wasn't. His brother was.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, Leonard Skinner at least.
He
there
fell
was a-
into it.
I mean,
Yeah, he did.
Let's just say at this point in time, he was way more famous before. Like, he is on the downfall. Coming in for a landing, like, the tires are touching.
Okay.
And he's made some bad financial decisions, right? And then somehow someone within the Little Debbie's or what is it, Moon Pie Corporation, I guess reached out to Jimmy Van Zant because they're a fan, and then proposed them that he'd like do an endorsement commercial for Moon Pies, right? Probably thinking he'd never do it, but because he needed the money, he agreed, right?
Or maybe he just really likes moon pies. I remember meeting him, and the genuine love for moon pies in his eyes was a lot of moon pie eyes.
It seemed like he just signed a bunch of boxes.
When the
and-
moon
like,
hits your pie.
Do you want me to play this?
he
What
weighs 130 pounds. He
Yeah.
can't like,
He's tiny.
He
Yeah,
can't
he's a-
like moon
he's a
pies that much.
little guy.
Like,
He's a little guy.
He is
I
tiny
think
man.
I'm 65 pounds heavier than him.
Like if Jelly
65
Roll,
pounds. I'm the jelly roll of Jimmy Van Zant.
No, but if like Jelly Roll was like saying he liked moon pies, I believe him.
Yeah.
Jimmy Van Zant, I'm like, you don't.
But we all know that if you ask Jelly Roll what he eats, he says, really not that much. Because all big fat people say that. All of them say that. They all say, we're like, what do you eat all day? Like, you'd be surprised. It's really not, right? They all say that. They're all like, you'd be surprised. It's really not that much. I just
Well,
have a disorder.
You can't tell the truth.
Yeah,
It's-
exactly. Exactly.
Yeah.
Because if you tell the truth, we'd be
Yeah.
disgusted.
It's like getting pulled over for a DUI. You're like, I've had two.
Yeah, exactly.
Never
You-
say two.
Exactly.
You've had
Well,
100.
what have you had to
They
eat today,
know.
Jelly Roll? Like, I'm not. You'd be surprised.
You've had more than two. We know, I can
But
see
sometimes
it.
they leave it.
I can smell it.
But sometimes they leave it, but they're still telling the truth. So if you ask a morbidly obese person, "What have you had to eat today?" and they say, "You'd be surprised," but they're making you think it's not that much, but it really is
Yeah, you'd
such
actually-
a gratuitous amount.
Yeah. It's,
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you want to watch this video? This is Jimmy Van Zant doing an ad for moon pies. Now this ad is
I don't know who's with him.
I don't know
but-
who
Who's the old
uploaded
man
this on
next to him?
YouTube, but whoever uploaded this on YouTube named the video "Scantily Clad Babe Serves Rockstar."
Okay.
So here we go.
And this is why it has.
Maybe someone's gonna serve him a moon pie.
Man, I miss those good old days. Things were so much simpler. Used to be able to see people and talk to them. Now they got their noses down in cell phones, smartphones, their laptops, and we were coming up and didn't have.
No real microphones on this. This is all
No.
being, this is all
Yeah,
being
this is like
picked up.
Hoochie Daddies. It's just like Hoochie
This is
Daddies.
all being picked up
Season
for
2
the,
coming soon.
the
Atlanta.
onboard microphone from somebody's. I'm guessing phone. This
Yeah.
could have been filmed by somebody's. Google Pebble.
Well, this is being filmed for the Moon Pie Corporation, right? Like,
That's what I'm guessing.
So they hired some production company that's horrible, by the way, because Daniel's right. There's
Well,
no
it's
audio,
normally it's
there's
not a
no mics.
production company. I mean, anybody they call themselves a production company, but it's like his nephew.
Yeah, okay.
I mean, their spokesman is Jimmy Van Zant.
Right,
They
okay.
got a budget.
Let's try here.
Real much. You had like 6 or 7 channels. Andy Griffith, Lapin. Now you got 1,000 channels.
Those aren't channels, by the way. Those are shows.
Hold on. I paused on something I want to do this year in this particular video. If you're watching on
snakeskin
Twitch or
boots?
YouTube, nope. I want to have long, light-colored pointy boots, and then I want to have my jeans go
Cut
over
down
them,
the
and I want to
side?
cut the side of my
Yeah.
jeans to have my boots or have my jeans snug my boots a little bit.
Yeah.
Right? That's Rockstar, dude.
Okay, I'll explain to you what I find the most weird about this whole situation.
Okay.
Right?
Please.
The fact that Jimmy Van Zant is still dressing like this, right, tells me that he still cares about how people view him, right?
Yeah.
'Cause you don't cut your...
How do you dress as an aging rock star, though, dude?
Well, that's how.
It's a
that's
dangerous
how,
game.
It is a
It's a
dangerous
dangerous
game.
game.
Yeah. It's hard to pull off. Because
I mean,
Ooh,
I-
I saw some people from the When We Were Young Fest and how they look now.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. Like, it is. Okay,
The
Tom.
lead singer of Academy is. I did not even recognize him.
Tom brings up something
Frog
I've
body.
thought about before.
With skinny jeans falling off his frog
I
ass.
didn't expect you to say that, Sam.
Oh.
Tom, you bring up something that I think about all the time, but I don't think I've ever articulated what it is. But I play a dangerous game sometimes, too, with some of the things that I wear. They're a little more youthful than maybe most people would wear. But it's a dangerous game.
Not okay.
Like Gene Simmons can't dress like I don't think he can do scarf, leather vest, skin tight black leather pants, no underwear, and combat boots, right? He has to do suit and black jeans and boots and sunglasses because he's a big fat frog.
Well,
right?
What's
Why did old men always turn into frogs?
Well, it's all coming for all of us.
Genetics,
It's just
yeah.
the Grim
The
Reaper.
frog's coming
the
for
frog,
all
The
of
Grim
us.
Frogger's coming for us.
Everybody
He's gonna-
turns into a frog.
Everyone turns into a frog. I'm
it.
almost there.
Yeah.
Mine's almost complete because my hips are gone. And as soon as
Oh,
your
and they
hips
got
are
no
gone,
hips, yeah.
oh my God, I'm
Now-
so froggy right now.
Now I'll use TRT and human growth hormone to be a muscle
Andrea
frog.
won't let me. Andrea won't let me be a muscle frog.
Well,
that's called
your,
a toad.
Well, that's your
See?
fault.
It's called a toad.
I'll be muscle toad, but
Oh my God.
I'll still have a big bloated muscly frog upper body with
Tiny legs, the same
That's called the
legs.
croak.
Yeah,
It's called the
yeah,
croak. When you
yeah.
got the big, you round and white.
yeah, but it's with abs
called
on
the
the
croak.
outside. I'll
Called
be
the
a
croak.
tan. So I'll still be a tan muscle frog, but it'll be frog. Yeah,
Yeah,
You
yeah.
can't escape the
You
frog.
can't escape the frog. My wife's right now turned 40.
Yeah.
Frog's coming for you. I told her. She sees it. Let's
So,
continue with the
well,
commercial.
what-
Hold on.
Used to go to movies
gotta
when
see
we
the
were kids.
scantily
You
clad
take
lady.
7 RC bottle caps and they let you in.
He's
the
talking
movie
about
theater.
RC Cola.
Used to be at the movie theater, and I used to have to nudge you all the time to keep your mouth shut because I couldn't hear the calling.
Whoever mixed this, by the
This guy
way,
is rambling.
the ducking is horrible. They could have pulled that music down about 9
The
more
music's
dB.
way louder
Yeah,
than him,
It's
yeah.
way too loud.
Hey.
Whoever mixed this is horrible.
And the production company's like, all right, the premise is 2 old men complaining and sitting on
Reminiscing about the good old days.
Yeah, rocking
yeah.
chairs, telling each other how today's youth is. You
oh,
know,
I see the hot girl comes. Okay,
Oh,
here
okay,
comes the hot
here we
girl.
go.
It's like when that big box of moon pies, and those were my favorite. Those were the good old days.
This guy hasn't said a word.
Yep.
Yep.
Harley.
Is her name Harley?
Yeah.
She's bringing RC Cola. Some old biker hag brought him a moon pie.
She's cute. I like her.
Glad it's something.
Yeah, I was saying
I
about
mean,
biker
no,
hag.
no, she's not a biker hag. She's just got that.
She's orange.
No,
They're on a
she's-
plantation.
She's not a biker hag. She's just got that old 03 by Toberfest kind of a look, you
Yeah.
know?
She's been
Oh, yeah,
sitting in
remember
the
the-
tanning salon too long.
Remember the good old days? We're sitting on a plantation.
Yeah, rocking chair, yeah.
Hey, there was real good old days.
I'll
back
ring
in
a bell for
Florida.
an RC Cola and a moon
Yeah.
pie.
And then putting
When
like
this
a-
place was built.
and putting like an underlined hidden message in it. Isn't that exactly
yeah.
what they did in that country music video where it's like they're filming it at like
Where
the
people were
side of a
lynched,
lynching?
yeah.
It's like, let's do it at the old plantation.
The good old days.
Let me
Yeah.
ask you guys a question.
Oh,
Is
my
there
stars.
any chance whatsoever that this sold any moon pies.
Hell no.
Like,
No one even saw this but us just now.
No, I know. No one saw this or
No.
cared or thought to themselves like, "Oh, Jimmy Van Zant is promoting moon pies. That makes me want a moon pie."
I'll
Like,
go
no
a
one
step
even.
further. I'll go a step
It's a
further. that
complete waste of money.
There are people that I know that because we started doing this podcast so long ago, there are people that I know that don't really understand what we do but want to do it, right? Tons of people that email me all the time and they want to do it. And then there are people that try to dabble in podcasting or running like what I consider like a full-blown like audio house where we're doing like commercials and radio. Like there's a lot coming and going here. But then there are people that like dabble in it, right?
Yeah.
I think he gets free moon pies and maybe a little bit of money. I think he thinks that talking about the moon pies and saying you're, quote, sponsored by moon pie brand moon pies, I think he just kind of perpetuates it because he thinks it sounds cool.
You think? Oh, that's
Because I know of people that'll be like, oh, yeah, we're sponsored by, let's say.
Any kind of sponsorship.
Oh, yeah, we're sponsored by, let's say,
I think I know-
Hourglass Brewing, right?
Oh, that's
And
the
they-
Remy.
I wasn't gonna name names.
Right, I wasn't either. But like, yeah, it's like where you say, hey,
Sam
we're
told me to say that.
I did not. I wasn't even here.
But you say, hey, we're sponsored by Hourglass. Well, is there anything being exchanged here? Just pleasantries, really. You know, it's just a mutual
Yeah, we'll
beneficial.
give you a free beer if you say our name.
Yeah, yeah.
Who cares?
Yeah,
That's
but there's
39
no
cents a
real
beer.
business going on. That's the vibe I'm getting from this. Does that make sense?
Really?
Yeah, that's the vibe I'm getting from this.
See, I got the vibe that he needed the money, and then someone was a Leonard Skinner fan within Moon Pie, and they reached out. And
Did they do a logo
And they're
at
just
the
doing
end?
this for.
I don't even think they rolled a logo at the end.
Yeah,
Well, they
is it-
showed the RC Cola logo.
Are they? Does RC Cola own Moon Pie?
Well, okay, no,
No,
that's a
he-
delicacy. Is moon pie with an RC
Oh,
Cola?
oh.
It's a
He, I guess he had both. He was sponsored by Moon Pie and RC Cola.
Yeah.
Didn't bring us any RC.
So maybe he just did this on his own, right? Like to say, like, oh, I'm sponsored by Moon Pies. I'm sponsored by RC Cola. I'll just make a little video about it.
They can, like, a lot of companies, if you don't have any business with them and you start saying you're sponsored by them, they'll shut you down for that because they're like, I don't know, I don't want you going through some controversy and tying in our name to it. You know, I'm like, so.
Oh, okay. So it says, the Sons of Bluegrass Moon Pie Jingle isn't the first song to pay homage to Chattanooga Bakery's chocolate and marshmallow snack. In 1951, country singer Bill Lister had a minor hit with Give Me an RC Cola and a Moon Pie. So it was a song called Give Me an RC Cola and a Moon Pie
hear that. We gotta hear that.
from 1951.
I bet it's a banger. Give me an RC.
They also have a Moon Pie Festival in Hartford, Connecticut.
Yeah, I mean,
It's a huge Southern thing, right?
Yeah, it really is. The RC, I remember there are a lot of those little things like RC Cola and a moon pie, putting salted peanuts in a Pepsi.
Yeah. All
I've
the
heard of that, but I've never done it.
Southern treats.
Yeah, give me an RC.
Salt on watermelon.
My dad used to do that.
Mm.
My dad used to salt his cantaloupe too.
Love salt down here.
Cola and a moon pie. I want to hear this song, but I can't. I'm not finding it on the. Oh, here we go. It's I think it's a really old dude.
Yeah, 1951.
Well, it doesn't even have his name. It's some old radio name. Like this is the NRBQ. Is this it?
All right, I'm in.
Yeah, that's pretty good. That's groovy. I don't think they're
Is
gonna
it
sing
just,
that. I don't think they're gonna sing
Instrumental?
it. Yeah, it says single version. It doesn't. Anyway.
The celebrity endorsements or the advertising
Oreo Cakesters.
yeah. Well,
You had your own moon pie.
Yeah. Oh my God, you're Castleberry moon pie.
Oh my
And what was
God.
your drink?
they
White
call it
Claw.
Castleberry Van Zant.
So what do? You're advertising what? A White Claw and a Cakester?
Well,
And then you
radio's
have
easy
Crystal.
because
Can I film this and have Crystal come out and serve you an Oreo Cakester and a White Claw?
if you
and
give
I'll
me
sit
money,
in-
I'll
Wait,
do
booty
anything.
shorts.
Sam, will you film it and then
Absolutely.
I can be the other guy in the rocking chair.
I'd have to get a lot of Oreo cakes or money, and by a lot I mean $500. But they have to give me something. But
Pay you in Cakesters.
so when radio you get paid per live read, so it's $20 a live read, and then if you do some sort of promotion, that's $300.
When I started, it was $15 a live read.
And so that's an easy equation. But the ones that I'm curious about are the one-off, like, celebrity endorsements of a product and what they get paid for that. Like I know that
I know an influencer number if you want that.
Well, do you?
Yeah, I do. There's an influencer that that I don't really know personally or anything, but a girl influencer that does beauty that is Andrea's friend.
Okay.
And she took a client that was like a beauty client, and they wanted her to do a blog on her beauty blog.
Yep.
And they gave her close to $15K.
Okay. That's easier for me to understand.
It was a one-shot $15K.
Because that goes into the realm of...
She has a lot of followers.
So follow me with this.
Yep.
That goes into the realm of they're paying kind of like what we charge for advertising. You have X amount of audience, and they pay to get in front of that audience, right? So that's a little bit different. I'm talking about you're famous, and then a company comes to you and just wants you to say you like their product, and not to your
Taylor
own.
Swift.
Like,
Sorry.
or like what? Like it just, and then how much is that person's
like the Kansas City Chiefs.
endorsement worth? Just and then you film it and put it out. You paid to put that out there, so it's like
400% jersey sales. I'll tell you that much.
Yeah, but
Wow,
it's like-
I don't know, man.
So it's like
I guess it's different per celebrity and
It
per
is, yeah, yeah.
product.
100%. Yeah.
But then that valuation of what their endorsement is worth is fascinating to me because
Yeah.
it's outside of like, okay, I understand if you're Rogan and you've got X amount of Spotify listeners, then it's easy to kind of figure out what you're charging per commercial
Sure.
based on the industry rate of advertising, right?
But
if
also
you're,
being at the top is always easier to figure out what you're worth.
Yeah, yeah.
I feel like, like when you're somewhere in the middle, how do you figure that out?
But if you're like Dwight Schrute from The Office,
Yeah, Rainn
right?
Wilson.
Rainn Wilson, and let's say I'm not talking like a giant
Soul
corporation.
Pancake. He has that Soul Pancake company.
Okay, yeah.
He has his
well,
own company.
that's his own company. I'm talking
Yeah.
like if someone wanted him to endorse, I'm trying to think of like a random product, Crest toothpaste.
Okay.
And then you wanted
Yeah.
him, Rainn Wilson, to just endorse that you like the taste of it, and that's the one you use.
What is that worth?
Yeah, what does that work? Because, and
Well,
I'm saying
let's
outside
start-
of the commercial pay.
Let's start with the most successful versions of those. Can you think of one of those that is uber successful? Can you think of one where
I'm trying to think of like a celebrity partnership.
I can
with
only
a
think
big
of ones that
brand.
went bad. Like immediately when I think celebrity partnership, I have been eternally tainted to think Jared of Subway. When anybody says, "Hey, this is our new spokesperson," no matter what it is, I don't care what product it is, I think Jared. I have been destroyed.
Yeah, but he wasn't a celebrity before.
I know,
yeah.
but just that
Yeah.
whole idea of hitching your product on a person and saying, "Look at this," it scares me. Maybe I
like,
don't know.
I remember when the whole like there was a thing about celebrities going over to Japan and like Asian
Brad
countries.
Pitt, Hulk Hogan did a bunch of those. Arnold Schwarzenegger.
And they would do it because they would get paid an insane amount to endorse some Japanese product that they'd never even heard of, and they
Right.
just on some commercial. There's things going around them they don't even know what's happening,
Yeah.
and then so they fly them there and they get like $2 million. So that's something like, all right, Brad Pitt's face.
There's a different way that a lot of these celebrities get sponsorships now that I don't even think a lot of people like realize that it's happening, but they do pap walks, right? And then so they'll call the paparazzi to take photos of them, and they will have whatever their sponsor is, whether it's a gym bag or a drink, and they'll have the logo out, and that's marketing for them, and they get paid for that. And it's not technically like an ad on
They're just holding
yes,
it, and then
they call the
paparazzi.
paparazzi, and they're like, oh, and it'll be in the article. It'll say whatever they're holding and the name brand and everything, and it's a slick way to do marketing now.
That's interesting. And I wonder what they like. I want
I
to
don't
know
know what they get paid
the
for.
dollar amount
Yeah, I don't
for
know.
wearing the backpack with
Right.
the logo. It's like, what is that worth?
Check
Yeah.
out this one from Hulk Hogan. This is like a really weird Japanese Hulk Hogan commercial that I found.
Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday comes again.
毎日
Sunday,
毎
Monday,
日
Tuesday,
日立の
Wednesday,
細長
Thursday,
は
Thursday, Friday,
What is this
Saturday,
for?
Sunday comes again.
Isn't it a baby?
He has no idea.
What the hell is this?
Oh, Hulk Hogan doesn't even know what he's
I think it's
endorsing.
for an air conditioning. It's for
It's for a mini
It's for a
split.
mini split.
What? Hold on. I just almost cursed. You have Hulk Hogan singing, and then a baby, and
the
then
mini
a
split.
mini split.
Yeah.
I don't understand.
But then there's a cartoon rabbits at the end.
Don't talk about the rabbits.
Oh
So,
my God.
You know what I'm always surprised about? Okay, so
Sorry, I can't stop laughing.
do you guys see Bryan Cranston and is it Aaron Paul?
Yes, at
Yeah.
Drake's birthday.
No.
Oh.
Yeah, but I'm surprised about that too.
That's all
But
that-
they're
Well, that was promo for their tequila.
and they're
Yeah.
they're
Yeah,
doing,
they're around Castleberry, dude.
they were in or
Maitland,
the ABC,
They've been here a
Castleberry.
couple times.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Lake Mary.
and they do it a lot.
Always here.
They'll go and sign bottles.
Yeah.
And I'm curious to like I wonder how because Bryan Cranston's a huge movie star, right?
And that's another point,
He's
right?
a
Where people are like,
megastar.
they don't need the money, but they're still doing it, right?
Yeah,
and
yeah.
so that's the whole point. It's just because somebody has a lot of money doesn't mean they're not going to still work and try and get more money.
Well,
This-
he's very genuine, right? And I think he does have a genuine passion for his tequila or his spirits company.
So that's what it is. He's just
Yeah.
legitimately into it.
Yeah, same thing with like Dan Aykroyd when he brought his Skull vodka.
Yeah.
and
He'd
then
do signings too.
Yeah, I mean, he would do signings, but it's like, you don't need to do that. You're Dan Aykroyd. You
But,
know, like,
but we're
he-
looking at it. It's his own company, and
Sure.
he's into it. And so
fun
he's
for him.
passionate
Yeah.
about it. And then I saw him and Aaron Paul serving drinks, and that was a promotion.
I don't like that.
Yeah.
Don't do that.
But it is like in my mind, Bryan Cranston is a bigger star than Drake. Just because he's a movie star, and I
Okay.
hold that, even though it's kind of ridiculous.
Okay. I know I can see that. I disagree, but I can see
Yeah, yeah,
your
yeah.
point.
No.
Yeah, I can see your point 100%.
So it's like and he's older.
Yeah.
And he's an old man. So
Yeah.
then I'm
You're
like,
Malcolm in the middle.
you're too good.
I
Well,
think
not-
internationally, Drake's probably
Of
more
course, no.
popular.
I don't want.
I
Bryan
think he is.
Everyone
Cranston.
hates Drake now. So
No, I agree that Drake is more popular, but in my mind, like it's the below Bryan
Oh, I get it.
Cranston to even do that promotion. Because I always put like all promotions into a category of like radio promotions, and they're all cheesy, and they're all like,
Well, they are
they're
very
cheesy.
similar. No matter what, they're very
Yeah.
similar.
Like you're just,
Celebrity bartender. Come on,
yeah,
man.
you're hawking a product, and you're just like it's a lower rung of celebrity.
You know, I've never been asked to do that.
What do you mean?
Of all the years I did celebrity everything in this town, you know, back when I think I was like,
You never did the bartender?
I've done everything else. I've judged every chili contest. I've judged Battle of the Bands. I've judged Florida's Finest Comedian. I've judged, you name it. I've done it, dude. I've done every single bikini contest out the wazoo. Mother-daughter got up on stage 69. Like, you name it, I've done it. I have never, ever, ever judged that.
Or done celebrity bartender?
Done celebrity bartending. I've never, ever been at. Maybe I'm too small. Maybe they're like, he's too
No,
small.
you were never low enough in your career because you basically went from a board
Oh my
op.
God, Frashino said the same joke I said. Too small for the bar top.
No, but like you were never like you were an intern with Old Man Radio. What was that guy's
Ed
name?
Till.
Ed Till.
Ed Till.
And then with Drew Show, you were already the board op producer, and then with the Monsters, you're already producer. So like that's an
I
intern
kind of
or
snuck
like part time.
in.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
snuck in.
Like
apartheid.
no, like a part-time intern, like a guy that's trying. You know, there was a Drunky the Bear game.
Really?
Like,
You think so?
I've been celebrity
Because
bartender like 10 times.
But they asked Brendan O'Connor to
do it for
No, I think
$300.
I disagree. I think they ask people that are memorable. You know, like you get like Marla Weech, Bob Opsahl, you get Drunky the Bear, you get Brendan O'Connor, you get real celebrities. I think maybe I have overestimated my celebritydom.
No, they do judging, but the bartending, because then the actual bar wants you to do some work. Because I've been in these
Get
things
to
before.
work.
Like,
Okay,
you're like, they actually.
You're making subs at Las Patas.
yeah. Like they're actually needing me to do the job. I'm not just showing up and like,
Just
hey,
to-
I
to
pour a
stand
drink,
there.
and then take some pictures, then leave. They're
He
like,
opened up my Oreo cakes.
there's a 5-hour shift.
Do you
here.
remember your hardest? Did you ever turn down any live reads at all?
No, every single one I took, even the ones I didn't believe in or I knew were scams, even the ones that burned down Sam's car.
Yeah.
And then I went there and I was like, this is
Yeah.
not, I shouldn't be.
I
talking
only
about
turned
this.
down two.
Do you like house music?
I only turned down two, and I love saying this because it's a true story, and I bring it up once a year, and just to get him, I turned down two. One of them was the Y2K bat which was a Louisville Slugger that somebody had laser etched Y2K.
Oh, I would have done that one.
Y2K on the bat, and you were
That's bad.
supposed to buy the bat
Yeah.
and use the bat to smash your computers.
Yeah, I would have done that one.
at the Millennium. So
That's
I
bad.
turned it down. I said that's stupid. And the
Love
other
it.
one that I turned down, and
Moon pie.
I would like to say that my contemporary Jim Colbert did not turn it down. He went in both feet. Was winner's circle. It was a pyramid scheme, and Jimmy went in with both feet, and he believed in it, and he was selling you up the river. And I being a good person and a good human and caring about my listeners, I didn't look at the money. I looked at what it would do to you and your families. It would destroy you, and Jimmy destroyed some of you people out there. And
Took you for all you had.
I'll never forgive him for it. It was called Winner's Circle. I remember I toured it, and when I toured it, I was like, these people are up to no good. But Jimmy said, show me the money. So you can email him.
Man.
Winner's Circle.
There's the Y2K bat.
There
Was
a
it a
Louisville
local
Slugger,
company?
Tom, it was a Louisville Slugger, local guy, Louisville Slugger. And
Genius.
What was he selling it for?
It was like $100 for the
Oh,
bat.
no, okay.
And you got the bat. It said Y2K bat laser etched in it. And you'd be like, I got the Y2K bat. These computers are going to get me. I'm going to smash them good.
I remember the year 2000 and not being
In the year 2000.
the year I graduated high school, and I don't remember being worried or anybody around me being worried about the computer
Y2K.
the
I remember
Y2K
we were all
Y2K.
just like, what do you think? Like, I know I was just worried about losing audio files at the radio station. I was just like, I hope this
remember that
doesn't.
year too.
I was like, I hope this doesn't reset all my
No
stuff.
doubt saying it's the end of the world as we know it at midnight on MTV.
Oh, they did?
Yeah.
But I remember, like, society should have been way more worried about all the computer systems shutting
They
down.
were. You just
Yeah,
didn't.
we just couldn't do anything about it. You know, like they were like, what do you
But
do?
it didn't-
People were freaking out,
yeah,
man.
Were
people
they?
were freaking
Yeah.
out.
It doesn't seem in my mind like
Look up the-
You're not very perceptive of
Yeah,
things around you.
You don't
No, but
observe
I
things.
remember, like, okay, well, I remember people
Your
freaking
high
out.
school friends probably didn't care.
Look up Y2K, Sam, and see if there.
But,
I
like,
bet
the
you.
adults in my life.
I'm going to
they're-
throw this out there. I bet you there are people that committed suicide on Y2K
Oh, for
Oh, yeah.
sure.
because they were terrified of the end of the world.
I'm gonna call my mom here. Hold on, listen.
Your mom's probably not the best gauge.
Hold on. Well, she was an adult in
She's
2000.
a fudge round sun kiss lady all
You're going to
day.
ask your mom about
Well,
Y2K.
that's who's the most afraid of Y2K,
Nah,
right?
I don't
They
think
can
so.
fudge around sun kiss. That's how you're afraid of the everything, right?
Nah,
Like,
can't be bothered.
like, hold on.
She's
well,
smoking her cigarettes.
do you
She's
think?
fine.
Oh, hold on, Sam.
Leave
Do you
her
think your
alone.
mom was afraid of Y2K?
Didn't give a damn.
All right. Oh, yeah. Maybe my mom didn't care.
I wanna
That's how I
see-
gauge. Our moms.
I
are
want to
pretty-
see
They're
if
pretty similar.
Y2K Bat 2000. Maybe it was a national product.
I know for sure my stepdad Steve didn't care. and never.
The
spoke
Federal
of it.
Reserve set up a special liquidity facility to give banks loans in case of sudden demands for cash. The electrical grids were like, I mean, even the government was like,
Yeah.
we're not sure.
Yeah, Tom's
Just
like,
in
did people
case."
really take it seriously?
But you know what? I'm so used to social media spreading fear instantly.
Schools may encounter problems after the holiday break. Almost 40% of school districts and colleges have not adequately tested their facilities for the Millennium Computer bug.
Like, I don't remember adults
This is an
in my
article in
life.
1999.
No,
Terrorism. They were afraid of terrorism.
I
Yeah,
remember
but
some
not that-
Airlines. They were afraid that planes were just going to fall from the sky.
But they were still flying around, right? They didn't ground everybody.
This sounds
International flights started.
I mean,
were carrying extra fuel on New Year's Eve.
doesn't this sound like exactly what we did during the pandemic? We didn't know what the hell's
Yes,
going on.
exactly.
I mean,
We
it's
never
just-
know what the hell's
yeah,
going
we're just
on.
like, I don't know.
We're gonna
let's
just, like,
try
try our
something.
best.
Try something.
No, yeah, but now things spread instantly, and people
Yes.
get scared of everything instantly. I think like there was less.
Doomsday
But it also
cults.
helps
Unless you were
instantly, too.
watching the news.
But it helps instantly too. There is the positive side of that people
Yeah.
that don't get scared like you get the information faster and able to be at ease faster.
Yeah.
So with an equal opportunity of negativity of I'm scared of everything because I get everything, there's also people that get everything and aren't scared.
Yeah. But then people spread the fear faster because that's what spreads faster.
Yeah,
you
it
know,
does.
it's because
Well,
it's what
more.
sells.
You're gonna get more eyes on it. That's
And
for sure.
It didn't seem because there was only the news and newspapers in 2000. and very limited internet or whatever. There's no social media.
Ghost in our Twitch chat room says, I do recruitment, and occasionally I have to review IT resumes, and you get some old-timers who have Y2K compliance officer in their work history.
Yes.
That's kind of cool. I'd put that on there, too. It shows that you can handle an emergency situation. I don't remember being scared, but I do think, not that my dad was scared, but that my dad, not being the most trusting human of computers, was a little like,
A lot of people took all their money out of the banks.
I think my dad
I
did
remember
take,
that,
I think my
yeah.
dad did take a couple thousand out of the banks because I think my dad was very much of like, well, if
You
you,
never
trust,
know.
if you trust these things fully, you deserve what you get. You know, kind of a thing. You
It's
know?
all numbers in a computer. What
Yeah.
if that
Exactly.
shuts down?
Yeah, I think he was a little more like that. You know, but I wasn't really concerned about it other than thinking that, like, oh, is the radio station, all my files going to get messed up? Is my laptop going to work? You know.
It just goes like I was 17 at the time, so my mind is not focused on what you know.
And you
like,
weren't very involved as a 17-year-old in actual
No.
world politics or anything.
Yeah,
Which is good.
I
It's a
didn't
better
do
way
it.
to live,
I didn't-
right? Because nothing happened. If you really
Well,
think about
who's
it.
involved into politics at 17?
I was in
Really?
I was in politics club.
Yeah,
Oh.
all of my friends, dude. I grew up with my group of friends that I grew up with that were around my neighborhood. You know, the ones that I talk about going to their houses and jumping on their trampolines and stuff like that. Were really active in student government and even worked on like local campaigns for like
Really?
for like George
College
H.
credit.
Bush. I had a buddy of mine, still a good friend of mine, that worked on George H. Bush's campaign as a volunteer, but a page. Like he was like a do boy for the because he wanted to eventually work his way into something like that.
That's crazy to me because
Weird.
it's not the reality.
They didn't go around and ask
yeah.
you to sign up to vote when you were 17 at school. And
I didn't care about.
See,
No
that's what
one
I'm saying.
around me
That's
cared
what,
about
That is what I'm
anything.
saying. That's why you didn't know anything about any of that.
Yeah. I didn't care.
Yeah.
None of us cared. Like politics. Like you know, like no one cared about like even turning 18 to be able to vote. That wasn't a. No one cared about that.
I still
I knew.
remember.
We hung out with different groups of friends.
I
Yeah.
still remember walking. I couldn't vote. I remember I must have been like a sophomore in high school, and I remember walking to the library and having a girl that I knew that was actively working on a campaign ask me who my parents were voting for.
Yeah.
And I was like, and my parents had kind of taught me to not
Discuss
that
Yeah.
sort of thing, you know? And I was like, I'm not going to tell you that, like, sort of thing. And then she was like, oh, well, I know who you're voting for now because you didn't tell me.
What does that mean?
Well, because she was working for, like, a liberal campaign or whatever at the time. But I just, like, it's funny that I can remember that yeah, you and I
Even
had
then, it
completely
was-
different
yeah.
realities because I can remember there were some people in my high school that were really active in, like, you know, they were, like, 15, 16 years old and were like, I'm going to be a politician. I'm going to be a governor. And I'm like, that's weird. That is weird,
Yeah,
right?
yeah. Well, it's odd to me.
It-
but
it's
maybe,
odd to me, too.
Maybe
It's
it's
weird.
a lot more people or young people are into politics than I think. I just thought that no one cared when they were young
I
about
don't.
anybody.
I think there's half of Toms out there.
Yeah.
There's half of Dan and
Yeah,
Sam's out there.
100%.
I mean,
Yeah.
there was tons of kids in my school that didn't give a damn about politics and stuff.
Do you have
either.
any friends now? This is a weird one. Do you have any friends now that you went to school with that are politicians?
No.
I got a lot of teacher friends.
I'm trying to think if I do.
Or
And
people that
I'm
I
pretty
knew.
sure I do have a couple of lower level, like, city commissioner guys.
I wish I
got a
could.
couple
Well,
of
hold
those.
on. I
I know what you're going to say.
I know one guy.
Yep, you do.
And his brother was a politician. I wish I could tell the story. I probably could, but he is a disgraced politician. It was Miami. It was a Miami thing.
Hold on. I got to give you one. There you go.
Oh, I'll
One of
talk
those.
about it. So what he did, and it's kind of brilliant, but it's the most Miami thing. And
I think it's
extreme voter fraud.
Super brilliant.
But I knew this guy, and someone could look this story up and know exactly. But his brother, we were friends with him, and not his brother. His brother's always older.
Yeah.
But his brother became a politician, and high up politician. And then in one voting cycle, what he did is he paid some other guy, like the guy running against him was, let's say, named George Alvarez, right?
Okay.
I just made that up. So he
Sounded pretty close.
That's
So-
his name because you can't make anything up that quick.
That was damn good. That was damn good.
I got scared that it might have been.
Yeah, it was
No, no,
very
no.
close.
It's the most Miami name I could think
I
of.
was like, that sounds real.
Javier Alvarez.
And then what he did is he paid a buddy of his or someone he found that was
I
like the
believe it was
manager of
somebody
an
he
AMCO
found.
or whatever, and that with the same exact name,
Yep.
he paid his and this is where the fraud came in because you're not allowed to pay their registration fee to run, but he basically paid this guy with the same name to run as well as like an independent, hoping that just people would get confused and vote for him, and it would
People get confused? No.
it would take votes away from the other guy because they had the same name,
Yeah.
and then enough people, and he knew it was a close enough race, and he ended
you
up winning
split the
because
vote.
of
You
it.
can split the damn vote.
It didn't split it, but it took like 10% of people like voted for this guy that was just some manager of a thing. Like he wouldn't
So
even,
great.
and he ended up winning, and but then he bragged about it at a bar. And that
Yeah,
was, that
I
was
think that's the one that blew it up.
And then
yeah.
God,
FBI.
just shut
Yeah.
up.
That's called the
People would
tunnel.
just shut up.
That's
Yeah.
called the tunnel when you pull a fast one and you show up at the Applebee's and you're bragging about the big fast one
Yeah.
you sold, but the lady that you
Yeah.
pulled the fast one on is behind you.
And then it happened to be at a time where voter fraud was a popular,
Uh-huh.
so
Yeah.
they were kicking his door down.
Oh,
and
yeah.
like you
We're
started
gonna
using
make
it as
an
an
example out
yeah.
of you.
It, like it got real bad, but yeah, that's a Miami politics.
That's a good one. Yeah, that's a really good one.
Which I actually, I was like, that's a smart, like that was a smart idea.
Yeah.
I think where the only problem
And he would
was
have got away with it.
he would have got away with
Yeah.
it, but there was a paper trail of him showing that he actually paid the guys
Oh,
because
never leave a paper trail.
to run is like $3,500 in like
Yeah.
registration fees
Like when
or
the
whatever.
guys show up with the receipts for the rope that they bought, and
Yeah.
they, like
Right.
the Jussie Smollett
They
thing.
got you on the video
Yeah.
buying it at
It's
the
like-
Walmart the
Yeah,
night
yeah,
before.
yeah.
You idiot.
Yeah, you gotta leave. You gotta pay for that. You gotta leave cash at that guy's in a
Have
bag.
someone else pick it up for you. Come on.
Yeah.
Have no record of.
Correct.
I mean,
know.
I
But
like,
I understand. If I was still living in Miami, I was like, no way anybody's gonna catch this whole place.
I mean,
is
are
corrupt.
people careful about anything? I mean, even
No.
when I don't want Andrea to know what I'm doing, I'll take my car home, switch out for the scooter. I'm riding the scooter through that. You know what I mean? Like, you gotta switch your car, you change your hat.
Yeah,
you
but
know?
when you have a lot of confidence, you're not as paranoid. That's the key. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
Yeah. Like
Yeah,
old,
narcissists always think they're going to get away with everything.
Ultra,
It's true.
ultra confident.
Well, we don't,
I know
think,
better
we don't
than
ever
you,
think we're
yeah.
getting away with anything. I mean, like,
like when you got snakeskin boots and your Rolex,
And you're talking about moon pies.
I was gonna say.
you don't think you're gonna get caught in nothing.
Want to take a break?
Yeah, let's get out of here.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, this is it.
That's time.
All right.
I was just going to sit here and eat my moon pie quietly with the audience.
See you guys. Bye bye.
That's good.
Yeah, that was good. That's Thursday. This Thursday?
Yep, 1 and 2.
All right.
Or just one. I don't know. Are we even splitting it? Do you want to? Because it's just going to be podcast form, right?
I already sent Casey an email and I said you don't even have to split it.
Okay.
I just asked him to add the commercials so he could. Although
Do you want an intro or nah?
Yeah, let's do an intro. I guess I'm.
This will take a second to roll through. I like using when you guys are talking, I'm able to put the camera directly on your faces and do like just a shot of you guys, and I like it. It looks better. Like when you're telling a story, so if you look up there, I can just go straight to you. I can just go straight to Sam. It just looks better. Occasionally, just for, you don't want to
Yeah.
overuse it.
Yeah.
When is the next pizza party?
We should have one. The last one we did was great. That pizza that we had from Bruno was fucking delicious.
I wasn't here.
Well,
for that.
I know. We'll get good pizza for you when you're here.
We have an idea for.
Oh, yeah, we do have an idea.
Is it a moon pie party?
No, it's
It's
a pizza.
pizza.
It's a
It's
pizza
pizza.
party.
Pizza pie and moon pies.
But it's for the 10-year anniversary of ACT.
Oh, the shit flies are back.
Are we gonna eat in a big cafeteria break room?
No, do you want to say it on Twitch or no?
Well, I don't
No.
know. I don't.
Wait.
We still have to flesh the idea out.
We gotta figure out how
Oh,
to
thanks, CJ.
gather all the redeeming pizza parties from Twitch.
We'll be able to do it. I mean, I know
Okay.
Juan's been kind of MIA, but we'll be able to do it. Okay, you ready, buddy? You said you got something? Here we go. 3, 2.
Hey, on today's show, this is not going to be aired on terrestrial radio.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
So
yeah.
we can literally say any word we want.
Really?
Yeah,
Can I
any word.
say moist?
You can say that.
Can
Yeah.
I say cunnilingus?
Yes, you can.
Can I say boner deluxe?
yeah. All that.
Yeah, okay.
Boner Deluxe.
Well, I was trying to say things that are still able to
Yeah,
be
no,
said.
yeah,
Yeah, he knew what I was doing. I knew you knew what I was doing. I was like, I can't really say things that can't really be said, but I can say things that are
Never
close.
heard of Boner Deluxe.
Well, Boner Deluxe I made up, but I actually kind of like Boner Deluxe. Sounds like a good goof punk rock band name.
Because we didn't say anything that we couldn't say on the radio.
Check. Oh, you want to hear this without the thing? Okay, let's try it.
Tonight on a corporate time with Tom and Dan. That's what it sounds like. And then you go,
Tonight on a corporate time with Tom and Dan. Tonight, let's see if I do it in the middle. Tonight on a
corporate time with Tom and Dan.
It does sound really weird when I do it myself. Tonight on a corporate time with Tom and Dan. Tom and Dan is saying, man, we ain't even gonna cut this thing in half. We just gonna give you 40 minutes of ACT. And here they are, the Tom and the Dan of radio. Tom and Dan.
All right, guys. Boner Deluxe. The Boner Deluxe. I heard a rumor the McDLT might come back. Cold on one side, hot on the other. It really was good. They what they would do is when they make your sandwich, they made it in a double-sided long boat. So it's like hamburger. It's like half of the bread, hot hamburger, cold cheese melting on hamburger on one side, and then on the other side it was other bun, cold lettuce, cold tomato, cold pickle, cold onion. So when you put it together, you had ice cold, red hot flavor. Good as fuck. Bye, guys.